everyone, I'm just here talking about The Bachelorette. So excited about tonight's episode. It was crazy. Like, really, I was thinking that everybody was going to walk out and everything was going to blow up, but it didn't. And yeah, so let's talk about it, guys. Okay, so I have written down that Claire is obsessed with Dale. She loves Dale. She's ready to marry him like today. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows it. And so it's just kind of like, it's a little bit awkward for the rest of the guys, I think. They're all just a little bit like, yeah, on the first date, it's like a group date. And she brings Dale and all like 10 other guys, and it's like a love languages date, and so they're like trying to get to know each other, and like they have to like manifest their love to her, and she's in like a Romeo Juliet window, and they have to like tell her what they feel and this stuff. And some of the guys that go first, it's like, ooh, it would suck to go first. Like, and then there's other guys, it gets better and better, and yeah, and so, and Dale does his, and you can tell she's just like, ah, like. So the name of that date is Looking for a Guy Who Speaks to My Heart. And yeah, and it's just really cute. Like, they all do their little speeches, and then they get to put on blindfolds and like feel each other and make out, and like it's pretty ridiculously sensual, but don't watch this one with your family, guys. Like, really. So the guys are jealous, like super jealous, and you can tell like when her and Dale are making out and doing all their stuff, they're like super pissed. And you're just like, oh god. But yeah, so they're the next date, group date, she's like just sitting there, and they're like, she does a toast, and then all of a sudden there's this awkward silence, and you're just like, oh, that's a little weird. But it's time for her to like start one-on-oneing with people, and nobody has the guts to like ask her to go, like to be the first one to go, and she's just like, she's just sitting there. She's like, so does nobody want to like have one-on-one time? Like, and then they like, somebody chimes in and they're like, yeah, like I do. Like, let's go. And she's just sitting there talking to him. She's like, you know, I really can't concentrate right now because I am just so pissed that nobody like wanted to spend time with me or like had the guts to ask me. And so she goes back to the other guys, and she like brings it up. She's like, you know, if like none of you want to spend time with me, like I could have just been sleeping in my own room tonight, like just having a good old time by myself. And this one guy, I forget his name, Yosef, he's like, you're crazy to think that none of us wanted to spend time with you. And he like flat out calls her crazy. I'm like, she's just like, oh my god, did you really just say that? Like, you do not say that to a woman. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, oh god, I literally was like this, like, did he just say that? Anyway, so in her one-on-one, she goes with a guy named Jason, and she talks about emotional abuse and what she's been through in her life, and they wrote letters to them, to their younger selves, and they wrote stuff on like little plaques, and then they broke them of like people's assumptions of them, and like things that they, like stereotypes and just hurtful things that they've really felt in their life. And yeah, and so Jason gets a rose, and I like teared up at one part because they were like, she was like, did you believe those things that people said about you? And he was like, he like started to kind of like, he got all watery eyed. Anyway, it was a good moment, and it made me think, okay, maybe she does like some other guys in the show, so it got me a little bit excited. I was like, okay, it's not just Dale. She has a couple people that she likes. So yeah, and then the next thing the next date, they do strip dodgeball, which is just as raunchy as it sounds, and some of the guys were like really embarrassed and like just a little humiliated, I think. And so, yeah, it was it was interesting, to say the least. At the end, the losers, so they have to like take off their clothes as they go, as they lose. Some of them were just like, they just took off their jockstrap and they're like, here you go. Like, not like in a mad way. They're just like bearing it all out there, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what am I watching with my mom? So they come back and they're just in their jockstraps or naked. And they come back to the house, and all the other guys that weren't on the date, like some of them were like, rough night? Like, yes. The winners get to have like alone time with her. And so one of the unwinners shows up, and they're so pissed. His name's Blake. Blake shows up and tries to have a minute with Claire, and Claire's like, I don't want to be disrespectful to the guys, like, you've got to go. But she doesn't say that in front of the other guys, so the other guys are pissed. And after Blake leaves, like, she has alone time with this one guy and just not feeling it. Like, he has terrible communication skills. He's just like, yeah, she's just beautiful. You're just beautiful. That's why I wanted to come on the show. Like, no other good points about her. And she's like, yeah, you gotta leave. Like, you're a little shallow for me. And, yeah, I didn't even catch that guy's name. But she, at the end of, so that date ends, and then they have like a cocktail party, and then during the cocktail party she pulls Blake first, the guy who interrupted the date, and she's like, I just wanted you to know that I really did like what you did the other night, and I want to give you this rose. So she gives him so he's safe. So she gives him the first rose, so you know that he's safe, and Jason, the other guy who went on the one-on-one, is safe. And yeah, and then also, oh, what's his name? Brent. We haven't seen very much of him, but I like him. He seems pretty cool. Yeah, he gets one of the roses too, from the first group date. But yeah, and then that's where they leave you hanging. And so we'll see what happens next week. That was your 2-hour Bachelorette recap. Join in for recaps every week, and I will be posting the night of when it airs. So if you miss out, I'll tell you what you need to know.